The Rolling Stones were formed back in 1962 when the so-called British invasion was starting with the Beatles and many other groups from the United Kingdom that were creating a new kind of music that would conquer the world. Led by Mick Jagger and Keith Richards, the band got bigger and bigger over the decades, releasing 25 studio albums that made them one of the best-selling bands of all time, with an estimated amount of more than 200 million records sold worldwide. Involved in the music business since the early 60s, Richards had the chance to see the evolution of rock music up close and always gave his opinion on new bands. In the 90s, the British rock had a resurgence, with the Britpop bands like Oasis, and of course, the Stones guitarist talked about them a lot over the years. Oasis was formed in 1991, but only released their debut album, Definitely Maybe, in 1994. In that same year, the Rolling Stones were celebrating their 32nd anniversary and releasing their 20th album, which was called Voodoo Lounge, the first one without the original bassist, Bill Wyman. The first album of the band, led by the brothers Noel and Liam Gallagher, was extremely successful, selling more than 8.5 million copies worldwide. Their next one, What's the Story Morning Glory, released in the following year, made them even bigger. That record sold more than 22 million copies all over the world. So they became an instant sensation in the mid-90s, being one of the most important British bands at the time. It didn't take much long to older important rock stars be asked to give their opinion on them in interviews. Consequently, Keith Richards started to talk about them, and he didn't have good things to say. As Pointed published on the book Rolling Stones Off the Record, 2003, back in 1997, Keith talked about Oasis saying, "These guys are just obnoxious. Grow up and then come back and see if you can hang. I don't hear anything there. It's all just retro to me, but there is an element of pity." In the same year as pointed by the Irish Times, the guitarist said that Oasis were crap. His bandmate Mick Jagger also didn't have a good opinion, since he said, "You can't dance to it. The new album's impossible." Although Oasis evolved more with every record they released, their sound continued not being Richards' cup of tea. In 2008, he complained in an interview with Uncut magazine about the kind of music that modern rock bands composed, saying that he preferred to listen to blues and country. "I don't listen to what's going on. I don't like CDs, quite honestly. They sound tinny to me. I've not even heard the Arctic Monkeys. I know of them, but I don't know anything they've done. I didn't like Oasis. I didn't like the Sex Pistols. So, I don't like any of those English rock and roll bands. They're all crap," Keith Richards said.